Horikoshi, may you be blessed on this fine day for these nice and thick Mina thighs. Did my boy Izuku just hold up a freaking still beam with one hand? You're telling me the crybaby, the little kid that cried all the time, was holding a freaking still beam with one hand while doing a finger flick? What? Like, yo, my boy Izuku, he growing up. Yo, Horikoshi, you delivered some quality this chapter. Like, my God, like, come on now, everybody. All those people, all those haters of this arc, where are you at now? Come on, where are you at now? Look at this chapter. Look at the progression that Izuku has made and what he's doing right now. It's just, come on. Where's the haters now? This is a good chapter. Come on now. So, let's talk about Gentle and his quirk. We all were kind of wrong. We all thought he was just Luffy. But in fact, he's Bellamy as well. He's Bellamy and Luffy combined into one character. I mean, the man literally was bouncing around like a spring, and it reminded me a lot of Bellamy from One Piece, and also reminded me of Gran Torino, which we saw a while back when Izuku first met him, and he was bouncing around trying to train Izuku. That entire scene with Gentle, I was like, this is Gran Torino, this is Bellamy, like, whoa. And once again, it proves how crazy strong Gentle most likely is. I want to point out something. Gentle, he didn't seem to be phased at all in this chapter. What I mean is, as we know, he got hit on the back in the last chapter. And it was an air cannon that hit him. And it's pretty powerful from what we know. It's a lot of force. And also, he got knocked into a construction site, but he was fine. He was completely fine. Now, once again, I know he's a gag villain in a way, but still, he's demonstrated that he is no joke at all with the way he fights, and it's clear as day that Gentle has a very high level of durability, and on top of that, his quirk and the way he can use it is really deadly. It's really, really freaking deadly, because what he did in this chapter, if he would have been focusing on the fight against Izuku, I don't know if Izuku could win. I want to be honest, without him at the very least pushing himself over his limits and breaking his bones, because let's think about what Gentle did. Gentle wasn't really trying to fight Izuku. The only thing he tried to do was just get Izuku to back off, do his own thing, and just get away. That's all. Gentle just wanted to get out of there. He didn't even want to fight. He just wanted to get out of there and initiate with his plan. That's all he wanted to do. And so when you think about that, Gentle, he was not focusing on Izuku. But even then, while not focusing on him, he put up a freaking decent fight. He even managed to land a blow on Izuku. So that speaks volumes, that Gentle, by no means, you should underestimate him. So, let's talk about how his quirk works. So, we found out in this chapter that Gentle doesn't consciously control his quirk. For instance, if he turns something into, like, rubber, where he can bend it and stuff, it also cannot be, like, turned off like that. He cannot turn it off. So let's say he was to turn a table, or even, like, in this chapter, steel beam into rubber or whatever, he cannot automatically say, I don't want that to be rubber anymore. It has to slowly lose the effect, and then it'll go back to normal. But eventually, the object in question, when he does turn it into, you know, a rubber-type object, it will go back and revert to its normal state. So this lets us know that Gentle's quirk does have a limit. It has a time until it eventually goes back. Now, we don't know necessarily if it's like a static limit, like let's say 30 seconds or a minute, or if it depends on how much the object is bouncing. I have no idea. However, it is stated by Gentle that if, let's say, he had a steel beam, which we see in this chapter, he was bouncing it and all that, and the effect was about to wear off, it would still continue to bounce with its momentum while it becomes solid. And so, you gotta figure out what that means. Basically, the beam is just gonna break, and it's just gonna collapse, and that's what happened in the chapter. And add on the fact that he can also turn little nuts and bolts into rubber to just, you know, wiggle them out, that's also very scary. So, Gentle's quirk, the execution of it, what he can do, is pretty powerful. And it does demonstrate that Gentle definitely has a really good grasp on how to use his quirk. Remember, Boku no Hero Academia, it's been a series about, our characters learning how to really use their quirk effectively and try to work over the downsides, work through the downsides. And as we know, you need to know how to properly utilize your quirk. If you don't, you're going to have a lot of problems in the future with whatever you need to do. Izuku is struggling a lot to be able to use his quirk to the most absolute limit, to be able to reach that 100% and even beyond. But at this time, he really can't do that. And majority of our cast of characters, the students and all that, they've been trying to figure out ways to use their quirk and get better with them. For instance, let's think about, Aoyama and how he cannot use his quirk because it hurts him a lot. It shows that Gentle, he's been really training with his quirk for a very long time. This man has a really good grasp on how to use his quirk and move around, because with him bouncing in this chapter on the objects like the still beams back and forth, that wasn't because of him being able to fly or move really fast. Gentle has a lot of precision to be able to do something like that. You gotta imagine, for him to be able to bounce like that all around Izuku and dodge and hit him or whatever, or get out of there, that means he has to be very precise. He has really good vision. He has the ability to judge his situation where he needs to go. He is definitely not dumb. He's very intelligent. He also definitely has normal, or over the normal regular level of human strength. And I am honestly just surprised, because it shows that he keeps his body in shape as well for him to even demonstrate what he did. So, great stuff. All around, expectations of Gentle, it has been surpassed. I already liked his character. I liked when he was introduced, but just seeing what he demonstrated in this chapter, my god. Okay, so let's talk about Izuku and what he took from Mina. Now, I've already kind of talked about this when we first saw Izuku dancing with Mina. I discussed that Izuku has always taken certain fighting moves from, his friends, like what he's done with Bakugo, what he has done with Ida. I mean, we've seen him take certain moves from people and incorporate them into his fighting style. And I did talk about a while back that there was a likely possibility with him learning how to dance that might be incorporated into a fighting style. And we get to see how learning how to dance a bit has also been incorporated into Izuku and how he can use the finger flick and move around and stuff. So, that's cool. I like seeing how Izuku once again is taking certain examples from around him and putting it into himself, taking this knowledge before he can utilize it and, win against opponents in the future, and that's what he did. So, good stuff. I really like that. I just like how, once again, we get to see another addition to his arsenal, and he's learning more and more as it continues on. He's, trying to learn more movesets for it doesn't look like, he's very standard, very basic when he attacks, because that was a problem he had with Overhaul. He was just very easy to predict and where he was going to come in at, how he was going to fight, but the only reason why he was able to win his fights was because he just overpowered his opponent because of how strong One For All is. So, yeah, let's talk about La Brava and what she did in this chapter, what she is going to do. Let's just talk about her entire segments with the chapter, okay? So, first things first, she actually gets to encounter a civilian. There is a civilian sitting around, and a civilian is watching, and La Brava tells a brief little lie. She's like, oh, we're just filming, we're doing a filming for a movie and stuff, and all that, and she's just trying to get the guy out for he doesn't pay attention to see what's going on. However, with this dude being here, there is a witness. That automatically means that Izuku is in deep trouble, and the school is in deep trouble, because number one, like I said, Izuku does have a license, but it's like a permit, so he probably needs an adult to be there. Now, this is an emergency situation, so it can be probably overlooked in some ways. But even then, this is going to be a hassle. It's going to be a hassle for the entirety of the school. Because with the video being recorded, it's going to definitely be put online. It's probably going to become viral. Going to make Izuku probably get some flack. He might get some flack. And maybe Gentle might not get some flack. We'll see where that goes. It could be a completely surprising twist. But whatever it may be, though, it's going to be online. And with this witness, it's already too late. It's way too late at this point. There is just no way that anyone's going to get out of this without someone finding out about it. And that's kind of what that old man was signifying. So, with La Brava, she tells this man a lie. And for the most part, as it continues on, she realizes that Izuku is just not going to give up. This man, he's just so determined. His resolve to take down someone or fight for what he believes in is so strong that you cannot just normally get rid of this man. And LaBrava, as was already established, she was watching, you know, the exam, the sport festival and all that. She was watching this stuff, and she was keeping track of, you know, how crazy Izuku is. He's a madman, and, you know, how he's shattering his hands like, you know, paper mache. So she's very aware of how this man is, how far he will go. And at the end, she's like, you know, he's not giving up. He's very determined. She's like, I guess I need to use my quirk. And now we don't really know what her quirk is. And I'm going to just speculate here, okay? There's a couple of things it could be, but I'm just speculating. My personal theory is that it's probably going to be one of the most OP quirks that we probably have seen to date in the series. Now, hear me out the reason why. The reason why I think so is because it would fit with the theme with Gentle. Now you're thinking like, wait, what do you mean, Chibi? Think about this. LaBrava is trying to make Gentle popular. She's a fangirl. She's a fangirl, and she's gained Gentle's respect. And think about this like this. If you have someone you admire, and you want them to get popular, if you realize that your quirk was strong, or you had this insanely OP quirk that maybe could get him up there, maybe, you know, you wouldn't want to use it, because maybe it'd feel like, you know, you're hurting his pride, you're looking down upon him, or maybe she feels if she was to use her quirk, it would outshine Gentle himself, and she doesn't want to do that. So maybe the reason why she doesn't want to use her quirk, or why looks like she's being forced to use her quirk, is because she knows that's probably better than Gentle, and it would just outshine him completely. And that's what I think. Now, what I think the quirk exactly is, something's telling me, judging by how she has this expertise with hacking, technology, and stuff like that, something is telling me she has the ability to hack things, different objects, or hack even people. What if she had the ability to hack people? Like, she could get into someone's mind. Now, it might be similar to Shinzo, but she can literally hack their mind to make it to where they can give up on something. Like, okay, she knows that Izuku has this resolve, and he will not stop. What if she's able to get into his mind, hack him in a way, and make it to where he won't have resolve, or he won't continue pressing forward and fighting and all that? What if she could just, you know, temporarily remove that, and he'll just carry on with his day? Now, that would be interesting. What if she had that type of ability? I don't know if it will be that ability, but that would be cool, and it would definitely be OP, and it definitely would outshine Gentle a lot. Maybe Gentle wouldn't want that either, because, you know, it doesn't fit with how he wants to operate. Now, another thing it could potentially be is it's a gag quirk. It's a quirk that probably could be strong or even weak, but it turns out to be more of a gag than anything else, and absolutely hilarious. That also is a thing, because at the end of the day, LaBrava and Gentle, they are gag villains. They are very serious. They're serious in a way, but they are gag villains too. And Gentle and LaBrava, they've acted like that. And I feel like LaBrava might be, have a gag quirk, depending on where Horikoshi wants to take it. So, there we go. Alright, so anything else left to talk about? Let's see, I talked about Mina and those Fic Fies. I talked about, I talked about Gentle's fight and the durability, Izuku. I guess I pretty much talked about everything for the most part. I mean, the only thing left to really mention is the fact that our characters like Bakugo, they're getting a special shirt to wear and special outfits to wear for, the band play and all that. So, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And I love you guys. Please be safe. Chibi out.